The Vanishing Lake Inn, a remote town in Oregon surrounded by dense forests and mist-covered hills, there was a lake that appeared only once a year. Locals called it Mirror Lake because its surface reflected the sky so perfectly it seemed like a portal to another world. But there was something strange about it. Anyone who swam in its waters disappeared without a trace. Despite the warnings, Ellie, a daring journalist, decided to uncover the truth. With her camera and a journal, she set out on the night the lake was said to reappear. The locals refused to join her, whispering tales of an ancient curse tied to the lake. Under the full moon, the lake emerged, its surface glowing faintly. Ellie set up her camera, determined to document everything. As she leaned closer to the water, she saw her reflection smile, not in her usual way, but in a way that sent chills down her spine. Before she could react, a hand shot out from the water and pulled her in. She awoke in a world eerily similar to her own, but devoid of color, sound, or life. The lake was there, but it was dark and foreboding. Around her were shadows of people, those who had vanished before her. Ellie realized that the lake was a trap, feeding on the curiosity and bravery of those who dared to approach. But she was different. She had come prepared. Remembering a story she heard from the locals, she retrieved a mirror from her bag and held it up to the dark water. The reflection in the mirror twisted and turned until the lake itself began to ripple violently. One by one, the shadows around her were released, and the lake began to drain. Ellie felt herself being pulled back, and the next thing she knew, she was lying on the shore as the first rays of dawn broke through the mist. Her camera was gone, and the lake had vanished again, but her journal remained. Inside, she found a single line scrawled in handwriting that wasn't hers. "Curiosity saved you this time, but it may not next." Ellie returned to town with her story, but the lake was never seen again. Some say it moved to another part of the world, waiting for its next victim.